Hey guys, welcome back to another budgeting video. If you are new here, my name is Lindsay. I'm a full-time working mom, and in these videos, I like to share my journey to pay down $26,000 in debt. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please subscribe and keep watching. So we are gonna jump right in. I actually did not film a March budget closeout last month, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quickly right now. So like many other people in the world, we received our stimulus check in March as well as our taxes. So we got a pretty good chunk of income coming in March, and so we took advantage. And first, we fully funded our emergency fund. So you can see that I have colored all this in. I will insert the footage of me coloring just because I think it is pretty. So I'll insert that here. Also, we had 3 credit cards that we paid off. So we had a Capital One credit card that was $500, as well as a Chase credit card that was $1,500, and then another Capital One that was $500. So we took advantage of that. We paid down 3 credit cards. We also gave a chunk of money to my grandparents. We have owed them $2,300 for quite some time for my husband's truck. His transmission went out a few years ago, and we just were unable to pay them the full chunk of money. So we got our stimulus check, and that's the first thing that we did. So we paid off them as well. That is 4 debts that we paid off this month, which is a pretty huge chunk of money, and we are so relieved. We are so proud of ourselves. Honestly, if it hadn't have been for the stimulus check and our taxes, there's no way that we could have done it. So super happy about that. So I'll just show you a really quick overview of our March budget. You can see how I have color coded everything. And if you want to see an in-depth video, then I will leave my March budget with me down below, but I just wanted to show you how I do that. And then, so we'll move over to our spending tracker. So I go through every week and I track our spending. So I just write the date and I write exactly where we spent it at, the amount, and then the category. So, here is everything that we spent. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of detail, but so this is my budget closeout for the month. So I always write the month. I put all of our income here, which did not include the stimulus check because we did not use stimulus to pay for any bills. We just use it to pay down debt. So our monthly income for this month was $4,200, which normally we only expect $3,800. So that was quite a bit more money than what we had expected. So these are the categories that I keep track of. So gas, my husband's chew, our groceries, a miscellaneous category that we do not have a budget for. We do plan to eat out every week, so I do keep a budget for that, which is $80. And then our unplanned food category, which it's a problem, but it has slowly become less of a problem. So I'll just go through. So gas, we budgeted $180, so $30 a week, and then I get gas every other week, so it's like $30 one week, $60 the next week. But gases went up, so we went $44 over. It actually costed me about $52 to fill up my tank the last time that I filled it up. So You'll see in the next month that I actually had to up our gas budget. So also chew. So my husband gets a roll of chew every week. It lasts him all week. It's a habit that he is not willing to break, and I am not going to fight with him about it. So we just budgeted in. So it's $80 a month. We only ended up spending $66 for a difference of $14. And I don't really know how that happened. I think that maybe we had some leftover cash and he used cash one week. I don't remember, but anyway, we came out on top there. Groceries, I don't know why I didn't add this up, but we spent $480, or no, we budgeted $480. We spent $625, so we were way over in groceries. Miscellaneous, we didn't have anything to spend, but we were over $372 in miscellaneous expenses. So that's like the gas station, random trips to Walmart, the Dollar Tree, vending machines. There was a subscription that I had forgot about. It's every 3 months that came out. So just things like that we forget to account for. And so we're trying to really cut down on our miscellaneous expenses, but this month it really got out of hand. So April, we are trying to cut back. Planned food, we planned $80. We spent $87, so we just went over $7, which isn't a big deal considering that our budget is only $80 to eat out. So now the unplanned food, that means like running through the drive-thru for breakfast, running through the drive-thru for lunch, eating out more on the weekends, things like that. So we did not budget anything. We spent $160 for a difference of $160. So our budget was $820 for all of these expenses. We ended up spending $1,534 for a difference of $714. So we did not do so hot in March, but I'm not going to get down about it. We're just going to keep moving forward, and April we can hope to do better. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our April budget. So I did have to update our monthly bills and expenses. So you can see that our monthly bills is a lot smaller than what it was before because we knocked out 3 credit cards. Also, I got rid of all of our subscriptions, and I'll explain that in just a second. But if you're new here, I'm just going to go through the expenses really quickly. So our house payment is $720. It is due on the 1st. We have a water bill that is about $40. It is due on the 7th. We have a one main loan that's a personal loan. That is our last debt that we are working on to pay down, and that is $580. It is due on the 7th. Our car insurance is about $130. It is due on the 7th. The gym is $45. It's due on the 15th. And, some people could say that we could cut that out, but it's something that makes my husband really, really happy, and I don't want to take that from him. You have to kind of pick your battles, and so $45 a month isn't going to make or break us. So that is due on the 15th. Our electric bill varies. We are on budget billing is what they call it through our electric company, but that is where they take the average of the last 12 months and they add them all up together and then divide by 12, and that is how they get our bill for the month. So it usually stays right around $225. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, and that is due on the 20th. So Chase. So I know that we just paid off a credit card, but however, through AT&T, we have our phone bill and our internet bill, and I know that a lot of people have said to just cut it out and go with another carrier, but I have been with AT&T for about 10 years now, and we have our phone payment through them, and if we were to go with someone else, I don't know the process of that, and it's just too much of a headache, and I really do like AT&T, so I don't want to switch. But if you put your bill on auto pay, you get a 10% discount. And so in order for us to do that, it has to be due on a different day. Normally it's due on the 12th. The way that our budget is, the 12th is actually kind of a hard week for us because it's right smack dab in the middle of when my husband gets paid and when I get paid. So it's always kind of cutting us just a little bit short. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to put it on auto pay, and I wanted to put it on the credit card so that it can be on auto pay and so that we can get the discount. Also, my Chase card, you get cash back with every purchase. So that is what I did with our phone bill. I put it on Chase. We also have Disney Plus for $8 a month. We have PlayStation Network for $10 a month, Spotify $10 a month, and Paramount Plus for $10 a month. So all of this is going to equal about $300. And I'm okay with that. Like, that is manageable, and I can pay it on the 22nd. It's not due till the 28th, but I do want to pay it before the billing cycle ends so that I don't get charged any interest. So I think it's going to work out just fine. I'll keep you guys updated, of course, but I'm really excited about the way that it's going to work out. So we'll try it, see how it works. If it doesn't work, we don't have to stick with it, you know? Also this month, we are starting to incorporate sinking funds, which will be a whole nother video that will be closer to the end of the month because I'm gonna take it out on the 22nd. But we are totaling $200 a month for sinking funds. I know some people do sinking funds weekly, some people do a monthly. We're gonna do a monthly just because it's easier for us. And so yeah, stay tuned for the sinking funds video. I'm super excited to share that with you guys because it's something that we've never even incorporated in our budget anytime that we've ever done a budget. And so it's gonna be exciting. Our weekly expenses, so we pay a babysitter $80 a week. So I calculated for 4 weeks, $320 a month. Fuel, we have budgeted $40 a week, roughly. Like I said before, I get gas every other week and my husband gets gas every week. So we're just gonna budget $80 a week. If we spend less, that's fine. If we spend more, we'll work with it. So $320 a month. Chew, I actually upped the budget a little bit because his chew is about $22 for some reason now. So I upped it to $25 a week for a total of $100 a month. Groceries, $120 a week for $480 a month. Our spending category, we also upped that as well. And the reason being is because my husband refuses to take his lunch on Fridays. And so that is when he spends money at lunch and breakfast. And looking back on our spending tracker from last month, that is the most money that was miscellaneous or unplanned food that was spent. And so I'm hoping that by upping the spending category for $20 a week for him, $20 a week for me, which I have yet to spend that $20. It's still all on my card, but I'm hoping that it will help. Also, while we're on this, I did want to mention that we ended up getting Chime cards. I can link their website down below for you. I don't know if I get any referral links or anything like that, but I'll link it down below for you. Basically, it's a prepaid card and you put money on it and you can spend it anywhere. You can spend it online, you can swipe it. I think it's actually a chip, but it's been really successful for us and we really do like it. Our bank actually has where you can send money through Zelle, and I can set it to transfer on a Friday and it's in our accounts, in our Chime accounts on Monday. So it's like perfect timing. But anyway, if you're interested in that sort of thing, then I'll leave it linked down below for you. Where was I at? Oh, therapy. I've started going to therapy. If you've been watching my weekly vlogs or my weekend vlogs, then you'll know that my therapy is $40 a week. She does want to see me weekly. For a total of $160. Now, we did have to kind of rework our budget to make that happen, but it's seeming to work out just fine, and yeah, I think it'll be okay. So Terry's income, he expects $570 a week for a total of $2,280. I expect $800 twice a month for a total of $1,600 for a total income of $3,800. Now, whenever I added all of our bills up and our weekly expenses, we ended up having $100 left over in our budget that we don't have anywhere to put. So that's always going to be kind of a good thing. I did want to say as well, this loan that we are trying to pay off, we actually talked to our bank and we tried to get them to help us consolidate, quote unquote consolidate. Basically, they would just take over the loan. But due to COVID, your credit score has to be 700 for them to loan you any money, and our credit score is 688. So they were unable to loan us any money right now. She said to wait 3 months and call her again, and they would see what they could do. So we are crossing our fingers that in 3 months we can get out from underneath this loan and go to a smaller interest rate, because the loan that we have right now is 35% interest. And so it's really killing us. So the $580 a month is, I just feel like it's being thrown out the window because it's all going to interest, but you know, you live and you learn. So anyway, let's get into the actual budget. Okay, so here I have my April calendar. I'm just gonna use my highlighters really quickly to highlight when I get paid and when my husband gets paid. So I get paid on the 7th and the 22nd. He gets paid every Friday. I had these pastel highlighters that I just got at Walmart. They are the Marvie brand. I don't know. I just found them on an end cap at Walmart. So there's that. Okay, so now that I have all of our paydays highlighted, I'm gonna move over to our yearly expenses. So it is April. My husband's birthday is this month. We also get an extra paycheck, meaning my husband gets 5 checks instead of 4. And also my birth control is due this month. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm actually gonna write birth control over here. Also, I have an OB appointment on the 13th, so I'm just gonna highlight this right here, just so we know that there is something going on there. And I'm also gonna write it over here. And that is going to cost me about $40, which is my self-pay copay. They do give me a self-pay discount because I do not have insurance and I have no interest in getting insurance. I'll just be self-pay. So that is what's going on there. Okay, so we're gonna come over here to our monthly bills and expenses. As you can see, I'm going to just write down when everything is due. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote down when everything is due. So we've got our house on the 1st, which has already been paid for April. So I think I'm actually gonna move this to the 30th, just because we pay it at the end of the month before. So we'll put that there. Also, if you're interested, I'm using this Friction pen. It's by Pilot, and it's just an erasable pen. I absolutely love it. Only downside is that the ink doesn't last very long. So I can leave these linked down below for you if you're interested. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this to the side here. We're gonna jump over to our budget daily dad here. So this is the month of April. And I'm gonna go ahead and write down our paycheck dates. So the 2nd, 7th, the 9th, 16th, 22nd, 23rd, and 30th. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write down what income is to be expected. Okay, so now that I have my worksheet made out for when we're gonna get paid, I'm gonna go ahead and start writing down when the bills are due. So water is due on the 7th, and that is $40. One main is due on the 7th, and that is $580. Our insurance is due on the 7th, and that is $130. I have an OB on the 13th, so it's gonna have to come out of the 9th paycheck. So OB, that is $40. The gem is on the 15th, so that's gonna have to come out of the 9th check as well. And that is $45. The electric is due on the 20th, so that's gonna have to come out of the 16th. And that's $225. 22nd, we have Chase, our sinking funds, and birth control.
Mommy.
What? And then of course we have our house payment. Okay, so now that we have all of our bills written down, we can go ahead and put this to the side. Now we're gonna move on to our weekly expenses. So on Fridays is when we pay our babysitter. And so I'm gonna go ahead and write down on all the blues. Okay. And then we will move on to gas. So I will get gas every other week. And so let's see. So we'll start with 80, 40, 80, 40, 80. So every other week I will get gas, which will cost us $80. Okay, and then next we have chew, which my husband will get chew every Friday. So we'll go ahead and write this. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump down to our spending. So we'll set aside money for spending every Friday. So we'll do that. You might also notice that I took out our out to eat budget. And that is because we have $100 left over at the end of the month. And so if we feel at the end of the week that we have enough money left over to go out to eat, then we will. If we don't, then we don't. Okay, so now we're going to work on therapy. So that's gonna be $40 every week because I will either go to therapy on Friday or Saturday. So either way, it's gonna be taken out of the Friday paycheck. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add up everything that we have so far just to make sure we're sticking to our weekly budget every week. And just to remind you, we still have groceries to budget for and our house payment. So we're gonna go ahead and add everything up. Okay, I have everything added up. So now what we're gonna do is subtract this. We'll subtract this from this to figure out how much money we have left over in each paycheck. And I'm actually gonna write this in blue so that we know. So 570 minus 265, that gives us 305 left. And I'm just gonna put it in parentheses. Over here, we'll do 570 minus 310. That's 260. And I skipped this up here. 800 minus 750, that is 50. And then 570 minus 490, that's 80. Whoops. Yeah, so this middle of the month paycheck is always fairly tight. Down here, we've got 800 minus 540, 260. Over here, 570 minus 225, 345. Okay, down here, 570 minus 265, 305. Okay, so looking at this, we have 5 paychecks that we'll be able to take out a house payment. So the 7th and the 16th are tighter paychecks. They always have been, probably always will be, because of the electric bill and then the big payment on the 7th. So what I'm gonna do is our house payment again is $720. So we're going to divide $720 by 5 paychecks, $144 each paycheck. So we're gonna go ahead and write this down. Okay, so now we're gonna take 265 plus 144, or actually we could probably just do 305 minus 144, leaves us with 161. And now we're working on groceries, so we can put 161 to groceries. Okay, then we'll do 260 plus, no, 260 minus 144, not 620. Leaves us with 116 for groceries. Right here, we've got $80 left for groceries. And after you add all this up, it does equal 570. Okay. We'll do 260 minus 144. 116 for groceries. Which equals 800. Okay. 345 minus 144. 201 for groceries. Which equals 570. And then 305 minus 144, 161 for groceries, which equals 570. Okay, so I did just want to say that it looks like a lot for groceries. So I'll be getting groceries on the 2nd, the 9th, the 23rd, and the 30th. So that is every week except the 16th. There is a little bit to get groceries, so I'm gonna have to be kind of frugal with this paycheck. But then I have $116 on the 22nd to work with, which will probably just go over here to the 23rd. And honestly, I have no intentions of spending all this money on groceries, but I do need somewhere to account it for, to make sure that our money is going everywhere that it needs to go. And so maybe I'll use the opportunity to stock up on some stuff. I know I don't like doing that, but maybe I will. Or I can just put some money towards savings. We'll just have to see where it goes. But so yeah, everything is, the money is put where it needs to be. All the bills are paid, all of our expenses are accounted for, and we do have sinking funds accounted in there as well. So also I wanted to say that we are not putting any extra money towards this loan yet. We're gonna wait the 3 months and then throw everything that we possibly can at it when we get it quote unquote refinanced, but it's gonna be through another bank. So that's kind of the game plan right now. We're just making the minimum on this so that we're not throwing out so much money in interest, and we're gonna just see in the next 3 months where it takes us. So our debt snowball is probably gonna level out for a little bit, but we are going to be trying to save as much money as physically possible. So now that I have everything written down, I just wanted to show you guys how I end the month basically. Of course, I've already done this before so that I know where everything goes. And so I want to show you what my final budget looks like at the end of everything. So here's what I do. I end up typing everything out just because I think it looks a lot nicer. And then I just print it. I use just a Google Docs document. And so the second, again, we've got therapy, paying the babysitter, fuel, chew, you know, all of that we just went through. So what I do is I have these categories down here: cash, check, auto pay, need to transfer, and already scheduled. So I just go through and highlight everything. Cash is in green, it just makes sense to me. And then the check, we only pay our water bill with a check. That's the only one that we pay. Auto pay. So I've got the insurance on auto pay and the gym on auto pay. Need to pay are in yellow because I have to physically do something with that. So either I have to go to the store and get something, I need to transfer the money, I'll be pulling out cash for a certain appointment, things like that. So that's the need to pay category. Need to transfer is basically our spending money and our house. So there's that. And then scheduled payments, I have to go in and schedule payments just to make sure that they come out on time. And the only thing that we have to schedule now is our one main. So if you need a method, I haven't seen anyone do this method before. I didn't get this from anyone. I made this up on my own. And I'm actually trying to come up with a name for it. I thought about using the staircase method, just because I kind of feel like when I'm doing my budget, I start from the bottom and then I work my way up to this final budget. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the staircase budget method? Let me know down below. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.